There's one thing that successful leaders have in common: good people skills. They are self-aware, they are emotionally intelligent, they are able to start and maintain sustainable relationships and communicate effectively. People skills are a highly undervalued and underappreciated skill, but they do in fact determine your work value and your personal effectiveness for a very large part. And although we tend to believe that most of our decisions are based on rational thinking, when it comes to people, we make our decisions based on feelings, on emotions, on impressions. Now imagine you are a manager of a team and you need to hire a new member. Of course, you will study all the CVs and make a selection of the best candidates. But you're not just looking for someone with the best skills, you're also looking for a new family member. So when you have an interview with two different people, one with better professional skills but very poor social skills, and another person that is a little bit less qualified but that you click with, one wild guess who you will hire: the person you click with. And a click is actually an amazing thing, isn't it? How is a click between two people made? What is it based on? It is based on likability and trust, on feelings, on communication. In this course, we will focus on 3 essential parts of people skills: self-awareness, communication, and building relationships. We will focus on the basic needs of human communication, and by understanding better how these special clicks are built, it will become very easy to polish your social skills. A very important part of our work experience is the emotional safety on the work floor. Have you ever had a boss that made you feel very good and appreciated, where you didn't feel so afraid to make mistakes and try new things? Or have you ever had experience of a boss that made you feel afraid, that made you a little bit nervous, anxious? A manager of a team has a big influence on the vibe, on the culture, on the work floor. And emotions are very contagious. So the moment a manager brings a certain vibe, it affects everyone. And that counts for everybody. So also when you're not the manager, what mood do you bring to the work floor? When people experience emotional safety and fun at work, you see that the productivity and the creativity increase instantly. People are more motivated. You see that even when the job itself is not that fantastic, when your team is fun and you work together towards a goal, you will remain motivated. You will stay in that job even though the content may bore you. We see that it reduces stress levels. People stay in the job longer, so there's less resignation and there's less miscommunication. So emotional safety is a very important condition for effective communication and a motivated team. I found this slide on LinkedIn yesterday that I thought was very appropriate for this slide. Please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. It is really true. We are contagious. How you feel impacts the people around you. So what mood do you bring to the workspace? So good people skills start with self-awareness and taking responsibility for who you are today, the way you think, your emotions, your relationships, but also your social discomforts and how you respond to situations. You didn't fall from the sky today. The person that you are now is a product, is a result of your history, of your previous experiences, of your upbringing, your experiences in your family, the roles that you had, and your character. We are shaped by previous experiences and respond often based on memory. So wherever you go, you bring your relationship CV along with you. You also bring your historically grown expectations, assumptions, judgments, opinions that will give you a perspective bias. So we can all experience the same situations in completely different ways. If I ask you to imagine a dog, close your eyes, imagine dog. And I would ask you, what dog did you see? Probably we all saw a different dog. A dog that you like, a dog that you have, a dog that bit you once, a dog that you are afraid of. Just to show that we all have our own interpretation of the same word. This makes communication challenging because we all have that different perspective and we seem to be inclined to think that people think like us. And they don't. We all have our unique, historically shaped perspective on things. So it's important to become aware of your own social shaping, the way you project your own memories and past into the here and now. So the perspective bias is not our only challenge. We are also naturally bad listeners. We are easily distracted, we find it hard to focus, and we are so occupied with ourselves that we wish we could talk all the time. And we also seem to quickly judge what the other person is saying or put it in a box where we know it. We are not that sincerely interested in other people even. So to better communicate and better understand another human being, we need to make an effort. We need to make a decision to facilitate an environment that enables effective understanding. You can help yourself to increase your self-awareness by doing a few very simple things. It starts with self-observation. Put your attention light on yourself. What do you actually do? We have that ability to see ourselves. See how you react. See how you avoid certain situations, how you take certain roles. You can also do a self-inquiry. Ask questions. Journaling is also a very powerful instrument to increase your self-awareness and your emotional intelligence. And you can experiment with new behavior. And when you experiment with new behavior, you will see that it feels funny and uncomfortable at first. New behavior, as a rule, has some discomfort because the automatic pilot feels very smooth. That is your normal, that is your comfort zone. And something new requires not knowing what will happen, not being able to fill in the consequences. But you will see during the tutorials that it's fun and that it's very powerful to try something new. The questions and the assignment that belong to this video are already a first step into self-observation, self-inquiry, and journaling. So I advise you to start the work immediately before you proceed to the next video about communication.